Remember to click subscribe and notification button for more Appa's video.
Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. Appa will be uploading 4 new videos every week on my channel. So please come back to Appa's YouTube channel on every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday, Malaysian time 7 p.m. for new videos, okay? Today I'm going to make a very simple tofu dish. Simple, but it's going to be very flavorful and it goes very well with rice. So I have 3 pieces of tofu here, cut into big chunks. I find it when you cut into big chunks, it looks better in the video. Okay, I have 1 tablespoon of chopped ginger here, 1 teaspoon of chopped salted black bean. Now, just a very quick Q&A on salted black bean. Many of you has been asking me a few questions. Number 1, some of you is asking, do you have to wash the salted black bean, because sometimes there are some salt residues all covering the black bean. Actually, it's not necessary. You don't have to wash it. But if you want to wash it away, it's okay, up to you. Then there's something I need to remind you all. Always chop it up. Yeah, always chop it up. Then to allow the flavor to really sink in to the gravy more evenly. Yeah, don't put it in the original states. Then we need some green onion here, or spring onion, some will call it. So this is about 1 stalk. And to expedite the cooking process, this is a chicken broth. Yeah, 1 bowl of chicken broth here. Of course, I'm going to add some hot water together. As you all know, Appa always make chicken broth and pork broth at home to keep in the freezer. Whenever I want to cook, I will take it out. And I actually use this natural ingredient to replace MSG and chicken powder. So I don't use MSG and I don't use chicken powder in my dishes. I use chicken broth instead. Alright, this will give you very nice flavor, and immediately you will feel your kung fu, your cooking kung fu enhanced immediately. Try and ask ask your family who eat your dishes after you're putting in the chicken stock or pork broth. Okay. You can also make some vegetable broth as well. Yeah. Okay, if you are using a stainless steel wok like Appa, then you need to add oil in cold wok. Then this will reduce the sticking problem. Yeah. About 2 tablespoons of wok here, of vegetable oil here, or you can use garlic oil. Actually, I should have used garlic oil. I forgot to chop some garlic. You can chop some raw garlic if you like. Okay, it's actually good for this dish. So we're going to saute the ginger, the chopped salted black bean. This is not taoju, yeah? Taoju is soya bean, not black bean. Let me open my hood. Okay. Also, I'm going to put in half of the spring onion. A little bit too dry. And a little bit more oil here. It's already very fragrant. These 3 items coming together will give you some very classic and vintage smell. Your grandma smell. Go and try out. Very nice. Okay. Now I can add in some chicken stock. And I'm going to add in some hot water. Just enough for the tofu, alright? Okay. Bring this to a boil, and then we can actually do some seasoning right now. Oyster sauce, Lee Kam Ki oyster sauce, about 1 tablespoon. Whoops, slightly more than 1 tablespoon went in, but yeah. So this is actually the oyster sauce that I'm using here. Yeah. Many people are asking. Actually, Lee Kam Ki got many types of different kinds of what we call the oyster sauce. All right, and then I'm going to give about 1 tablespoon of light soya sauce, about 1 tablespoon of Shaoxing wine. If you don't take wine, then just forget about it. I want to add in some fried garlic since I forgotten to chop some raw garlic just now. Fried garlic goes very well with this flavor. Okay, about 1 tablespoon of garlic here. Oh, 1 teaspoon I added. Sorry, not tablespoon. If you like to be darker, you can actually add in a little bit of dark soya sauce. Like, let me add in a little bit of dark soya sauce here, just for the sake of the color. Okay, about 1 teaspoon. Immediately you see the color changing. I haven't added salt and sugar. I will do that towards the end. But our broth is definitely ready. This is the time where we can actually add in the tofu. Oh, you want your tofu to nicely soak up all the broth here. And by the way, whenever you are operating with tofu, you have to be a bit gentle, yeah? Be gentle with your tofu. You don't want to break it. Let it stay in shape, yeah? Okay, so I'm going to let this simmer under medium heat or medium. I think medium heat should be okay. Medium heat, and close the lid and let it simmer for a minimum 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I'll decide later. And then halfway, I will actually flip the tofu around. As you can see, the broth did not submerge. My tofu is not fully submerged. All right. So later we have to actually flip it the other way around as well. Let it simmer for minimum 10 minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes, up to you. No rules in Appa kitchen. I haven't said this for a long time. Okay, so we will come back shortly after this. Okay, this is after the first 5 minutes simmering under medium heat or medium low. Oh, this is so fragrant. I'm going to gently turn the tofu around, flip it. Actually, all tofu are considered half cooked or maybe 70% cooked. So you don't have to cook it for too long. The only thing that we want to cook it for about 10 minutes is because I want the broth to really go into the tofu, yeah, to be absorbed inside the tofu itself. Okay, so I'm going to give it another 5 minutes, then do some final seasoning with salt, sugar, and pepper, and it's done. Simple, isn't it? But I promise you, this is very, very flavorful. Okay, this is after another 5 minutes. Oh, the broth has reduced, as you can see from here. And the flavor must have already gotten into the tofu. I'm just going to do some final seasoning here. But before I add anything, let me have a taste. Because I did add a little bit more oyster sauce just now. Oh, it's already salty enough. I don't have to add any salt, definitely, because I think I added a little bit more oyster sauce just now. And then, yeah, it's basically done. I think I'll add just a little bit of sugar. Just a little bit. All right. And few dashes of white pepper. Okay, done. Very simple, very flavorful. I'm going to off the fire. And I'll put on the remaining of the spring onion on top of the dish later on the serving plate. Okay, so here's my tofu stew with salted black bean. Okay, and then garnish it with some green onion, spring onion. Alright, done. So if you like my video, do share my video on your Facebook to your friends. Come to Cooking Appa Facebook fan page to click like and follow button. Follow up on Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.